Going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great afternoon. The 49ers finally snapped their win streak and come out with a 10-point victory against the Chicago Bears. Definitely a game where the Niners looked their best, at least this season so far, with how they were able to move the ball. So I'm not trying to make too much out of this win because it was against the Bears, but it still was nice to see. It was nice to see Jimmy Garoppolo play well. I'll say that this was probably Jimmy Garoppolo's best game this season so far, as far as how he played. It was a homecoming for him because he's from Chicago, so he balled out in front of his home people, his family. So whatever it takes, hey, we got the job done. Again, it's against the Chicago Bears, and they're not a real good team. And they did fight us for a while in this game before we were able to pull away. So at least we have some good news coming out of today for sure. The last couple of weeks, not so much, but I'm definitely a happy man. But I'm also looking at things in perspective. The Niners have a long way to go, and they play a real good Cardinals team next week. So it starts all over. You're happy for a little bit, and then it goes right back to the drawing board. Luke Luna says, now eat that crow, everybody. The Bears have a good defense, though. They did have some players out, but they have a good defense. Yeah. Jesse made a good point. We played well against a trash team, but you're supposed to, right? You're supposed to play well against bad teams. Thank you for the super sticker, Luke. Appreciate it. But yeah, it was a nice game to watch. Early, I was a little stressed out because I'm going to go out of order with my topics, but I was a little bit taken back how bad the Niners' run defense really is. They're really having a hard time stopping the run, and it doesn't matter who's in there. They have a hard time stopping the run regardless. Doesn't matter if Bosa, D Ford, Armstead, all those guys are in there. It really doesn't matter. They just have fits against the run. And this team also struggles. At least we thought they figured it out, but they do struggle against the mobile quarterback. And once again, they got their tails whipped, at least in that aspect. And, they're going against a Cardinals team next week where, they might have handled them the first time as far as running the quarterback, but it's a new week, and we'll have to readjust and figure out a way to get better against the run. Luke made a good point. The Bears do have a really good run offense. It's one of the tops in the league, but the Niners have been struggling against the run really all season, so it wasn't just today. They've been struggling to consistently stop it. So, even in a win, there's always things to work on, and that's one thing the Niners could work on. Their pass defense, they played it a little safe today. They were playing a lot more zone, so there was some things open underneath. It figures that Justin Fields has his best game so far this season against us, but we also were giving him a lot of easy looks with a lot of zone defense, so that we wouldn't get beat over the top. They didn't really try too much downfield on us, and when they did, they really didn't do much with it. The end interception by Josh Norman was nice. No pass interference, no penalty, just play the ball in the air and make a play on it, and he did that. So, again, it's the Bears. I want to give you guys a little bit of just a preface of why I keep saying it's the Bears. The 49ers have wins over the Lions, Eagles, and Bears this season. Those combined record of those teams after today is 6-18. So, take that into consideration. We beat a team that's not that great, but at the same time, you beat who's on your schedule. So we did that. Like I said, Jimmy had a pretty good game today. He looked really good. He was 17 of 28 for 322 yards, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. One of them was designed, and I think the other one was a broken play that Jimmy made the best of. And who would have thought that Jimmy would have 2 rushing touchdowns against the Chicago Bears, against a quarterback like Justin Fields? But hey, whatever. It gets the job done. The Niners moved the ball pretty well after early on, maybe not doing so much. So it was really, really nice to see. Um, Elijah Mitchell had a really strong game today. He's a young running back. He's a later round pick, but 18 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown. He played well last week. He's definitely the Niners' best running back now that Raheem Mostert's out. Would have been interesting to see what kind of a 1-2 punch those two would have if they were both playing at the same time. But unfortunately, that's not the case with Raheem done for the year. Let's pray and hope that nothing happens to Elijah Mitchell because I think we'd be screwed royally. Still trying to figure out why Trey Sermon is is in the doghouse, so to speak. Haven't seen much of him. It was mostly him and Hasty today. But regardless, Elijah Mitchell played fantastic and gives me hope for the future at running back. If the Niners decide to move on from Raheem Mostert, I think they got a good one in the young kid. So hopefully he can stay healthy the rest of the year and have a nice, strong season for a rookie. That would be awesome. It'd be another late round steal for the Niners, something that they seem to do better than picking early for some reason. So yeah, he played really, really well, and I'm really happy about that. Just go back up here, guys. Oops, sorry. I just want to show this to show Luke that I saw his super sticker. So thank you very much. Um, yeah, I enjoyed this game. It was nice to watch. Wait, you said Kyler's going to be out 1 to 3 weeks. Wait, what are you talking about? Luke. Kyler's going to be out 1 to 3 weeks, so let's see how close they keep the game without their starter. Please enlighten me. Did he get hurt today or something? Please, anybody, inform me. I want to know. New comment. Hey, how's it going, Fernando? Sorry that I'm quiet, guys. I was just looking at the chat. Because Luke said that the Cardinals would be without their quarterback, so I was looking to see if he was messing with me or if it was the truth. Against GB. Who's GB? Sprained ankle from last week? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully you're right. Hey, man, I'll take whatever I can get as far as that goes, as far as him being out, to be honest with you. You can take wins the way you can get them. You start building up some momentum, and then we can see 1 to 3 weeks, ankle sprain against Green Bay last week. We'll see. Hey, I'll definitely keep an eye on that, Luke. Thanks for showing me that. I did not know. I thought Debo played well too, guys. I know you guys saw that too. 6 receptions for 171 yards. He broke Jerry Rice's rookie record for the same amount of games, I think, for receiving yards. Which is, to break a Jerry Rice record is pretty hard to do because he pretty much owns all of them. So that's a pretty interesting stat. The Niners did actually throw the ball and move the ball and spread the ball around. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I think Ayuk and Mohamed Sanu both had 4 catches. So that was good. JaMychal Hasty had one coming out of the backfield. That was nice. I think the Niners need to throw to their running backs more. Personally, I think that it gives them an advantage because I think Hasty and Elijah Mitchell are both very elusive. So if you can get the ball in their hands in open field, they can do some work. Cards lost to Green Bay. That's pretty sad. They lost their streak. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much. They're still a formidable foe with a really good team. They're going to be without JJ, I think, though, so that bodes well for the Niners. They have a really good defensive line, but not having him is definitely going to hurt them. Although, talk about a guy that pretty much gets hurt every year. You get 6 to 8 games out of him, and then he's out for the season. So we just got to take what we can get from the teams we play and do our best to beat them. Luke made a good point just now. He said, we have just been playing poorly. Yeah, we're not a great team right now. We did well against the Bears, but we're just not a great team. We either come out and play well on offense and the defense looks like crap. And they were bad against the run today and against quarterback running. But the offense looked good. And then some games, the defense looks fantastic, keeps us in the game, and the offense does nothing. So the Niners just really have to find out a way to get it all going at the same time. Luke says the Cardinals faced us with our starter, and I know people aren't high on Jimmy, but our offense had a change and our defense came to play. Let's see how it goes when he doesn't. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we're going to have Jimmy instead of Trey. So Jimmy does execute the offense more efficiently. I definitely see that. But this would have been a game today if Jimmy really struggled and played bad. You would have heard people calling for him. I would have been one of them. But we hold it off for another week, and no, we're still not out of it. I know that's crazy to think at 3-4, but we're not officially eliminated from anything, so that's always really good. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's coming in here today. As you guys know, this is the 8-year anniversary of my dad passing away on Halloween. So for most people with their kids, it's trick-or-treating and candy. I mean, it's just remembering him and respecting his legacy. But I figured I wanted to come on and talk with you guys for a little bit. I won't be on too long. I do plan on being on tomorrow with Jay in the Bay, so look for that on his channel. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the end, about the victory. But today is still about what I told you guys about. So, like I said, I won't be on here too long. Today is a special day for me, but I had to get on because I don't work tomorrow. Usually I work Mondays, so by the time the game's over, I have to go to bed because I'm up at like 3 a.m. So it was nice to not have to work tomorrow. And I figured I'd come on and say what's up to everybody. Luke says I had to be here, brother, and make sure your vibes were high and keep you level headed. Absolutely, man. That's what you're here for. My brother actually knows about you and a couple other people I know. I said, I got this freaking awesome tattoo artist that gets after me with when I get too bad, when I put too much blame on Jimmy Garoppolo. So you keep me on the straight and narrow. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I wanted to go back to the fact that the Niners rush defense was as pathetic as it was today. That is definitely something going forward that we really need to clean up if we're going to do anything down the stretch. It's just, I mean, we're getting gouged in the run game. Like Luke was saying, we went against the Bears. They have a really good offense running the ball, but we've been pretty bad against it all year. So hopefully D'Amico can figure out a way to get this run defense adjusted and play better. And contain the mobile quarterback, because that's something that, like I said, going forward, we really need to figure out a way to do. If the Niners are going to do anything right now, they have to do it with Russell not playing. And if the Cardinals are going to be without Murray for a couple weeks, I mean, the Niners need to do what they can to make headway and make some sort of games, make them up sooner than later. So who knows? Same things could break for the Niners. I mean, the Rams are far and away, I think, the best team in the division, and the Cardinals are right there with them, but I think the Rams are better. So we're not going to catch either of those teams. But if we could somehow keep ourselves in the wild card race, you really never know. The wild card race is this new format is going to give a team like us a chance if we can somehow stay, around 500 and figure out a way to get things going down the stretch. So things might end up working our way this year, but we got to keep winning. It was one game against a pretty average opponent, so hopefully we can get it going next week against the Cardinals and get ourselves back to 500. Luke, you, I defend. Yeah, you do. You are very faithful to the Niners. I'm a little bit more. I don't play favorites. I'm going to ask you a question though. You answer this for me. I was just hearing something on the post game with Michael Strahan, and him and I'm trying to think of his name, Terry Bradshaw. Were talking about how teams like the Lions haven't won a game this year, but yet right after the game they're trading jerseys with their opponent after being whipped. I want to know what you guys think in the comments about that kind of stuff. I personally don't like it. I know they do it in hockey and other sports, but I don't know. I'm from the era of like if a team smacked you around and beat you, you're not going to be at midfield trading jerseys. I really have an issue with it. And those guys both are from an old school generation and they both have an issue with it too. I know it's a random question, but I want to know what you guys think about that. Thank you. Definitely rest in peace, Pops. I appreciate it from you guys. If you guys can drop a like to help me out today, I would appreciate it. Um, yeah, I'm definitely of the mindset of uh, you don't chum up with your teammates after you just gotten beat. So that definitely got me irritated to see that. Venom says, I grew up loving the 49ers, really am protective over them as well. I like if people are saying false news about them, it makes me hella pissed. Yeah, like if a team, if it, if it's somebody says to me like, hey, Seattle's own you guys however many years, I'm not going to get mad. Anytime facts are presented at me, I'm not necessarily going to be pissed off about facts um, because, the Niners haven't been good other than about 4 years in the last 20. So, if people say, hey, your team pretty much sucks all the time, other than those 4 years, we haven't been really good. But at the same time, I'm always going to bring up the 5 Super Bowl victories and bring up Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and Ronnie Lott and all those great players, Steve Young, you name it, T.O. I'll definitely always defend them. But, if it's a fact and it's something that I can't argue, I'm not going to be totally pissed off about it. Anybody else have any questions or anything that you want me to hit up in this? Because if this is it, I'm probably going to get going. Like I said, I just wanted to come on here real quick and talk about the 49ers and what I saw today. I was pleasantly surprised with the offense. They looked good. Um, Defense needs to figure out a way to get pressure with other than Nick Bosa because I felt like we lose Nick Bosa, we're already having problems getting after the or getting after the rusher. I mean, we had some good coverage sacks today with the Bucam and I think DJ Jones got a sack, but on a consistent pressure basis, we're definitely struggling. And I figure we got to figure out a way to get that going. D Ford was out, but even with D Ford being in there this year, we've been having some issues consistently getting rush. They're chipping, they're double teaming Bosa. So other people really got to figure out a way. You're seeing a little bit of the experience of D'Amico Ryans in some aspects, and some other aspects he looks good. But you gotta get better. You never stay the same. You either get better or get worse. So hopefully the Niners get better going into next week. I got to admit, yeah, the 49ers need to increase more and get back on track. Definitely. Because I know they won and beat a trash Bears, but the games we lost, like we lost some close games to teams we should have beat. So, sometimes it levels out. But yeah, just got to take one game at a time. That's all you can really do, Venom. You can't really think about who we're playing in 3 weeks or in 4 games. It's the Cardinals next week, and then we go from there. So that's why they are swapping jerseys kind of a sign of respect, and it's kind of a little extra money and memories having game jerseys with a story. I would have trouble. I just don't. I have a real problem with it because I feel like, yeah, I'm too competitive too. Well, I would have a dude if I just got my butt whooped 35-3 or 40-6 or whatever the Lions lost by today, and then that's the first thing you see after a game. I have a real problem with it. I just feel like there's reasons why certain teams are winners and win all the time and win year after year, and then there's reasons why certain teams are bottom dwellers. And I think it's just the way they approach the game and how serious they take it and how much it means to them. Specifically, for me, if I was a player, I would be I very competitive, very angry person when I'm playing because I expect a lot out of myself. So the last thing I would want to do is go in and shake hands with somebody who just beat me and give them my jersey and vice versa. I just think that's stupid. But I'm also from another generation. I know a lot of you guys in here are older. You understand. Some of the new guys might say, "Oh, it's just a sign of respect or whatever." But to me, it's you know, the game's about winning and losing. It's not about kumbaya and getting along after the game. The last thing I want to do is go shake the hand of somebody that just trounced me. But yeah, we lost to some elite QBs close, and these teams are doing well. Wednesday an elite, but he's been playing well. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore after with those games, man. We just got to go forward with what we have in front of us. I think we can beat the Cardinals. We just got to be really, really good in that game. Play some sound defense. Figure out a way to shore up. Letting the QB run all over us like he did today, and the Niners have some schematic issues with that because I heard that they didn't have anybody. They call him a scrape player, someone who kind of spies the QB to make sure he doesn't break contain. On that one run, there was nobody there. It was Bosa completely bit on the play, and there was nothing at all behind him. So that's a schematic coaching problem that needs to be addressed more than it is a player situation. I was in a locker room. I'd say, where the F is your pride? Where's your jersey? You should be wearing the in shame of this loss. Do you care? Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. 100%. It's exactly how I feel. Like, if you have any pride or self-worth, you need to freaking eat that L with that jersey on, not give it away and shake hands and be happy with the other team. That drives me up the wall. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I remember when Tom Brady wanted to join the 49ers, and I'm surprised they declined him, and he's a 49er. Yeah, it is what it is, though, bro. Nothing we could do about it now. That's why John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are, I wouldn't necessarily say on the hot seat, but the seat's definitely warm. They've made some questionable calls and decisions over the last, 4.5 years that they've been here. Bad draft picks, bad free agent signings, you name it, they've done it. So nobody should be safe and nobody should be above reproach. Hopefully the Niners can turn it around, guys, and we can beat the Cardinals next week. I'm looking forward to that game for sure because the Niners have a chance to go 500. If we would have lost today, I would have definitely a bit of the mindset that Trey needs to come in at some point. But Jimmy played well today, so we can hold that discussion for another week or so. Brady would have been eaten alive in 2020 and would have retired. Yeah, it wouldn't have been good for him to come to us. We had too many injuries. Offensive line was bad. We had nobody but Ayuk catching the ball. Yeah, definitely. And the defense wasn't that great last year either. So in a way, I'm glad he didn't come because it would have made him look really bad. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Just figured I'd come on here a little bit, talk about the Niners. I'm happy that they won. I think it was 32-22. They won by 10 points. So I'm very happy that is the case today. Like I said, I'll be on with Jay tomorrow. on his channel at, I'm not sure, I'm going to probably assume about 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. I will let you guys know. I will put it in the community tab and share it. If not, Jay will have it. Thanks again for coming on. Please drop a like and subscribe if you like what you hear. And I'll try to keep you guys updated on any news that drops. But I'm going to go relax, watch the 4 o'clock games, and just have the nice rest of the day to give respect to my dad, who is no longer with us. So thank you, everyone, for coming in here, even for a short 25-minute stream. And until next time, guys, I'll see everybody on the flip side. Take care, stay safe and healthy, and have a good one, everyone. See ya.